Hello, I'm Shauna and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing the Booktube and the Authortube Newbie tags. So let's dive straight in. First I will be doing the Booktube Newbie tag. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? I started this channel to document my reading and writing experiences so that in a few years time I can look back and see where I was at, and just so that I can see the journey that it takes me and to connect with other book lovers. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So for my channel there's going to be writing and reading videos. When I'm reading I tend to quite often theorize what's going to happen later in the book or what's going to happen in the next book. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm not. And I plan on sharing my thoughts about what's going to happen in the next book or what I think is going to happen throughout the book while I'm reading, as I will be doing reading vlogs. So that's sort of stuff that I plan on doing on this channel. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this channel? I'm most excited to have the record of my reading and writing experiences and to connect with other book lovers. Question 4. Why do you love reading? For as long as I can remember, I've been a reader. I love books, I love stories in any medium. And for me it's an escape. It takes me away from the real world. And there's just so much that can happen within a story. And I just love finding out what's going to happen next to characters that I love. So that's why I love reading. Question 5. What book or book series got you into reading? As I said, I have been reading for as long as I can remember. So I don't know what books got me into reading. I think it was mainly my mum. But the series that I remember most that really got me invested into like series and wanting to continue to read was a book series I read when I was in year 2. It was called the Rainbow Fairy series. And this series was part of like a much bigger series, so there was like 7 books per component of the series. And so I read the Rainbow Fairy series and immediately wanted more, and I think the next series that I got within that series was the Weather Fairies. So that is the earliest series I remember reading that really got me into like series and wanting to read. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktuber? I would ask my favourite booktuber for some editing tips and advice. I'm still getting used to the program that I'm using and just figuring out how it works. So yeah, I would ask for some editing tips. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think for me the biggest thing will be time management and getting videos up and done in a timely manner. I tend to procrastinate a lot, so hopefully this will help me be more productive and schedule my time better, but we'll see. So that is it for the Booktube Newbie tag. So now let's move on to the Authortube Newbie tag. Question 1. How did you find out about Authortube? I found out about Authortube a few years ago when I was watching, I believe from watching Katie Tastic's NaNoWriMo series. From there I found more people talking about writing, and yeah, so I believe that is how I found out about Authortube. Question 2. What genres do you write in? I write mostly fantasy and sci-fi. I do have plans for some mystery and paranormal books. I am currently writing a sci-fi crime series. So yeah, those are the genres that I mostly write in. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view and category of story? I prefer to write in the past tense and from third person. Category of story would be mostly young adult, but I do plan on writing new adult and adult fantasy as well, and possibly a middle grade somewhere down the line, but yeah, for now mostly young adult. Question 4. Are you a plotter, pantser or plantser? I consider myself to be a plantser. I think I'm more on the plotter side of that, as I do like to know a lot about my story and the outline of my story before I dive in. That being said, like my current work in progress, sometimes I get to a certain point in the outlining process where I just need to dive in and let the story write itself with the few ideas that I already know are going to happen. So I'm a plantser. Question 5. Are you self-published, published or yet to be published? I am yet to be published. Question 6. What publishing company, literary agent or printing company is your dream? My dream publishing company would be Bloomsbury. I would also be interested in being published by Allen and Unwin. Yeah, so those are the publishing companies that I would like to be published by. Question 7. What AuthorTube videos can we expect to find on your channel? I will be doing a lot of writing vlogs and just up to date on my work in progress. I may do some more tips and how-to videos further down the line, but for now I think it will mostly just be writing vlogs. Question 8. When did you start writing? I've been writing probably for as long as I have been able to write. As I said earlier, I love stories, and so being able to tell stories through writing or acting out plays and things, or just, you know, playing when you're younger. So I would say I have been writing since I was about 5 or 6 would be when I really started, you know, folding the paper in half and stapling it down the side and writing books like that. But I have pretty much always been writing. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? I'm not sure what the first story I ever wrote was, as I said, I was quite young when I first started writing, but the story I know I wrote when I believe I was 6, was called The Horse Queen, and I believe it was a rip-off of The Lion King. So I have no idea what my storyline was, I just know that was the story I wrote. Question 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? This is a hard one to answer, as there are so many authors that I love, and it was just generally whenever I read a book I just really wanted to write more. But I would say as of right now, the people who inspire me the most would be Sarah J. Maas, and one author who I have recently read is J. Kristoff, and yeah, so their work has really inspired me a lot over the last few months and years. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing time or write whenever you can? I have been writing whenever I can. I would like to get somewhat of a schedule going over the holidays, but I will see if I will stick to it. It's just has been crazy hectic with uni and everything, but now that uni has finished and I only have one more assignment which I should have done, which I'm hoping to finish by the time this video goes up, I will have a lot more time to do writing and everything, but we will see. So yeah, so I pretty much just write whenever I can. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or a blend of these, and where do you write? So I draft, and I pretty much do the drafting and editing on the computer, but when I am first coming up with the ideas, I prefer to write it by hand. Sometimes I will type up the outlines, but yeah, mostly, so yeah, it's a blend of both. And then I mostly prefer to write either in bed or on the couch. Occasionally I do it up on the table, but when I'm writing I prefer to be in a comfortable position. Yeah, so preferably a bed or couch is where I do most of my writing. Question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you are part of AuthorTube? I'm most looking forward to, like I said earlier, the record that I will have of my writing journey, and also connecting with fellow writers and just talking about writing in general. So yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to. So that is it for both the Booktube Newbie and author tag. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye!